Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Master. This is our number 1 KA1. It's a number 1 Master, is what it is. This is a very typical and common laminated steel padlock. It's the number 1. The KA means that when you order them KA, they're going to be keyed alike. And they'll be keyed alike to a particular code that you would define. If you want them keyed alike, if you want to define the key number, you can. Then they'll all be keyed to that key number. This client defined the 2106 code, and that means all of these padlocks, well, there were only 2 that he ordered, or she, they're keyed alike. Now, that could be just for convenience. You want, you've got front and back gate. Let's say you're going to simply want the same key to work both of them, all the way up to someone who runs a logistics for a construction company, and they've got many crews, 20 job sites at one time, and you've got all sorts of requirements of padlocks to lock up the tool storage, whatever it might be. You might have the same key for all of those, or you might have groups of those. The point being is that you will very likely want to define the key number, and 2106 is a common key number for master. Factory original key. Now let's take some dimensions of the number 1 padlock. This has the, it's escaping me what this is called. The plastic perimeter that really helps just salvage the body from becoming damaged over time. We'll see if we can discover what that material is called. I know it's in the catalog. Width of the body of the padlock, about 1 3/4 inches. Height of the body of the padlock, about 1 3/8 inches. And then the thickness of the body as well, about 7/8 of an inch. What's important with padlocks will be 3 other dimensions: the width, the height, and then the diameter of the shackle. Allow me to tell you what that information is now. The inside width is 0.79 inch. The height is from the base up to the apex of the shackle. That is 0.95. Diameter of the shackle, 0.312, so 5/16. Okay. 2 original keys. Laminated steel. These are just steel plates that have been riveted together. You can see evidence of the rivets here all the way around. Typical padlock. Let's switch now to the screen view and let's take a closer look at some supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, so let's take a look at this Master number 1. KA, it's a 2106. They call them control keys. They're just operating keys. Laminated steel pin tumbler lock. That means that the construction of the cylinder utilizes a tumbler that we would call a pin tumbler. There are different tumbler types. There are lever tumblers and disc or wafer tumblers. This is a pin tumbler, considered a more modern invention, even though it was patented in the mid-19th century by Linus Yale Jr., but his inspiration came from a 4,000-year-old invention from the Egyptians. But nonetheless, the pin tumbler is, or that concept of the pin tumbler, was an evolution away from the lever tumbler, which is a different conversation altogether. And it's the concept of, or it's the platform or the basis of most cylinder construction in North America. Now, in Europe and other parts of the world, lever tumblers are very much in use. We don't use them here that we know of or are aware of, but I will say this, that locks that are on safe deposit boxes at the bank, those are lever tumbler locks. So that 17th century technology guards our most valuable of material. Different conversation I'd love to have with you if you wanted to talk about that. Commercial grade padlock, superior protection from drilling and prying, 1 3/4 wide laminated body, 5/16. Shackle height, dual ball bearing, locking for maximum pry resistance. Let's take a look at some images that we have. There's the box, there's the padlock. There's the keyway. Typical master keyway. Nothing special or unusual about it. Now, dual ball bearing principle. There's a prep in the shackle here, and there's one here as well. When that's locked, there is a bar that is forcing the ball bearings to seat into this recessed area here and here. When you insert the key and rotate it, it allows movement for the ball bearings. The ball bearings can retreat back slightly, and because the shackle is spring biased, it will pop open. Only when you insert the key and turn it, it's like turning a tailpiece, do you create the room for the ball bearings to move into. 2 factory original keys. Now, I wanted to show you the pictures right at the moment. We talked about dual ball bearing. Non-rekeyable 4-pin W1 cylinder helps prevent picking. We'll talk about the 4-pin W1 in a moment. Other sizes, non-key retaining. That means you can remove the key when you're in the unlocked position. When you buy one, we'll ship you one. Factory image, product catalog. Let's take a look at the product catalog. Okay, unfortunately this is the entire fire extinguisher, fire hydrant. You're getting all of the water at once. Let's scroll through and find us a number 1. It's a good opportunity to actually look at the catalog, I suppose, as well. General security padlocks. I'll go with this section. There's your 1-3. That's the bumpers. That's what they call those. Bumpers for greater scratch resistance. Bumpers. That's what I was thinking of. Here's your table for the number 1. They give you the sizes because Master is associated with a German company. That's the size that we're getting. Take these values divided by 25.4. Let's back up. If you want to figure out how many inches this is, you can indirectly determine that by probably just online, but 1 divided by 25.4 times 49, it's going to give you a dimension quite close to 2 inch. And they're saying, obviously, width of the body here, quite close to 2 inch. So there's your cut sheet, is really what that is. Some additional information we can take a look at here as well. Keying options, keyed alike, KA, KD, obviously keyed differently, master keyed. You can set this up into different keying systems, there's no doubt. I don't know off the top of my head how extensive you can get with a 2, 3, 4 level keying system with this, being that there are only 4 pins. I don't know how many steps there are or how many pin depths there are available. Nonetheless, that's your table. Now, there is a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page. Let's click on that. You're going to find that product catalog as well, but we're also going to find the master lock keys and keyways. And here it is. If you recall, W1 is our keyway. That's what that silhouette looks like. This page is nice because it will allow you to determine what other keys that you might require, or maybe blanks. It might allow you to determine what keyway you have based on having a padlock in your hand and then this document pulled up in front of you. This does not have all of the master keyways in it. There are restricted keyways that they don't publish, but I have used this to great success, determining what keyway a client had, and it was a W81. And it's easy to see the difference between the W1 and the W81. They're reverse of each other. When you're looking at this, you're looking down into the cylinder, not at the tip of the key. Handy document. Now there's also technical manual for Master Lock here. It doesn't have everything in it, but what they publish in terms of servicing these locks is here. They will talk about the technology of their locks, which is very helpful, how to repin certain material that can be repinned. The number 1 is cannot be rekeyed in the field. Keying for disc tumbler locks are here. We're showing how pin tumbler locks work. Again, that keyway page. It's a really handy document for Master Lock. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. I suppose there's, at the end of the day, not a lot to be said about a typical steel laminated padlock, but this video is helpful that in the sense that it will give you some dimensional properties of this padlock and show you where the other resources are. And when it comes to other key numbers, reach out to us. If it's a key number that Master has, we're able to source that, because oftentimes what happens when a client needs to order padlocks, other than needing padlocks, the next important thing is it has to be to my key that I already have. And suffice it to say, we'll be able to provide you those padlocks to the bidding that you have. You know, you've got landscapers, contractors, schools. People just say, yeah, I need another 12 of my same padlock that I always buy, the same key that I always use, that sort of thing. Occasionally someone like that will say, now I need a different key, different school, they lost the old key, or the key's been given out too many times, that sort of thing. But we can do it for you. Any questions on the number 1 Master padlock or any other Master product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.